Clearly, I'm not a young buck, and in my jewelry journey that I've experienced in the last 5 or 6 years, I've gone through an amazing amount of variety and seen tons of things that I've been fortunate enough to never experience outside of this space. I like to think that I've started to find my jewelry identity until, something else pops up that's really interesting. But one of the things that never left me was my love, and it's probably for muscle memory or just memories of good times in my past, for the vintagey jewelry style look, including pendants. I love the vintagey style pendants that remind me of my childhood. The Saint Lazarus, the Santa Barbara, the Jesus piece, all these traditional old school style pendants, because it just reminds me of the good old days when any rapper who spit true bars was wearing baggy jeans and wouldn't be caught with a pair of tight skinnies. Chains rarely were shorter than 26 inches, and if they were, it was the street guy or the money runner that had a shorter type chain with a nice chunky religious pendant, even if they weren't like Latino, because this was a big Latino thing in Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans. They had all the religious pendant pieces. But not only did you see it outside of that community, but outside the religion and Catholicism and Christianity and all that. Like, people were just wearing it because it was fashionable and it was of the times. So today's video is sponsored by Bayam Jewelry, and I requested vintagey style pendants in an affordable space. Gold right now is insane right now. The spikes are through the roof. So I managed to compile a set of pieces, and I'm gonna do a lot more B-roll shots. But the best part is that these pendants range anywhere from $275 to no more than $1,000. So all of these pendants that I'm gonna show you here are sub $1,000, some as low as 200 and something bucks. Let's roll my music so we can take a look at affordable throwback hip hop pendants.
You sexy motherfucker. We're all alone. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. The first one I want to start off with is the one that I'm currently wearing right now, which is one that I wore similarly, which was a Saint Lazarus pendant. This joint right here is a 3-inch Saint Lazarus pendant. I'll give you some B-roll shots as well on a 5mm diamond cut rope. Now this chain is 14K, but this pendant is 10K. All the pendants that I requested from Bayam are 10-carat jewelry because, again, I wanted to keep it budget friendly. Bayam does a lot of heavy but a lot of lightweight pieces, and these are hollow, some open gallery. And although they're hollow, they have substance, right? It's not something that you're just gonna drop and it's automatically gonna break. Mind you, this is not my piece. I'm just giving you an example. But you can hear that it is a hollow piece, hence why the price point is so affordable. But aesthetically, you get the look that you're looking for. So here is a 3-inch 10-karat gold Saint Lazarus pendant, very throwback 80s, 90s style, open gallery. Now this is just a thin piece, not a heavy duty piece. And as you can see, it's a 10-carat freshly new piece with a dirty 14-carat diamond cut chain. You can see that there's color disparity, but not drastic enough that you wouldn't be able to rock it. Now this piece is on the higher end, and when I mean higher end, it's about 800 bucks. Again, gold price is crazy, but $800 for a 3-inch piece that's gonna give you a lot of neck presence as shown in the B-roll shots is not something to sneeze at. And this one is very light. This is only 10.5 grams, lightweight. Now one of the advantages of this piece, as you can see here, this is a 5mm diamond cut rope, and there's significant space for a much larger chain, whether you go the Franco route or possibly maybe a 5 to 6mm Cuban, just to give you that overall big body look. Now these pieces aren't for everybody. A lot of people like the solid sturdy pieces and are willing to spend the higher budget, and I completely understand. This isn't for everybody, but it's for somebody who's budget conscious and wants a lot of look without going the silver or gold plated route. Another advantage of these type pieces is that if you own an ice link chain, which is a very popular chain, beautifully shiny, but also on more of the fragile side, you can easily throw a pendant on it and it's zero strain on this chain. I didn't mean to rhyme. There's literally no tug on this chain, so you can get that super sparkly essence having this kind of pendant on it, a large pendant, to give you that neck profile that you're looking for, and it's a complete budget setup. Here's an example of what I mean. Again, that ice link chain doesn't have much of that flexibility, but if you want the look, you got the look. You got the hip hop style look, but you're still gonna have the little bit of the lightweight sound because it is what it is. But some people tuck it in, some people wear it out. Really doesn't matter, it's all personal preference. Now let's run through more of the pendants. I don't wanna dwell too much on just one singular pendant because there's a lot of stuff to look at. And again, price points are like from $275, there's possibly stuff even cheaper on the website, all the way up sub $1,000. Let's go to the next pendant. Now this particular pendant, I don't remember seeing much of old school. It does look familiar. It seems kind of Day of the Dead-ish, but the cool part is that this one has a little bit of a movement to it with the Libra scales, which is very old school, as well as some enamel work and some CZ stones. This looks like El Dia del Muerto type pendant with CZ baguettes, some rounds on his pitchfork hook thing, whatever the hell that thing's called. It's got the world globe right on it in enamel. The owl has red eyes, and then it has the Libra scales on the bottom. Again, hollow piece, open gallery with a little cage. Very nice, super lightweight as well. This is definitely in that 6 to 10 gram space. All of these are going to be around that same, but it has a good amount of detail, and I'll give you some neck profile with this particular piece as well. And again, same type of energy. Fun piece, nice detail, very throwback, affordable, and still has a dope style and presence. Next one. The next couple of ones are real throwbacks. This one is a super cool looking one. It's on CZ, not diamonds, but it is 10 karat gold as well. And it's the Indian chief head with some black CZ stones. It's got a little bit of a tricolor type thing. What looks like rose gold accents on the feather, on the side feathers next to the headdress. And then it's got the CZ stones here. Very handsome piece, super clean, has a little bit of a color contrast, also super affordable. Don't quote me on price, but I believe this is around the $550 some odd dollar space. Also open with a gallery, lightweight, but a super dope chest presence as well. Very funky, super throwback. Remember the old school Indian chief rings? Fire. Next one. Along with the initial St. Lazarus piece, this one is also my style. It's the Santa Barbara piece. You guys have seen this pendant throwback 100%. If you're from New York City, this shit screams Canal Street and Fordham Road all day. Old Poppy playing dominoes, had this chain on all day, slept with it, drove with it, showered with it, played ball with it. This is Poppy's chain. This is a Poppy chain, I like to call it. This one is that stamped look, but it has all the old school elements and still has a real nice over 2-inch size to give you that fire neck profile. I mean, pendants like this bring me back. I don't know about y'all. Next one. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't have a 5mm rope or an ice link, but you have something smaller, maybe in the 1, 2, 3mm space, you can get yourself the small throwback medallion as well, the Santa Barbara medallion. Again, these are throwback staples. I mean, Nas wore something similar, obviously a ton bigger. Everybody, even in your childhood, you probably had a small chain that grandma or your mom gave you for protection to ward off evil spirits, or if this was your saint. This is the type of look that we're talking about, 80s and 90s flow. Still has a real dope neck profile. And again, just nostalgic, affordable, actual gold pieces where you don't have to go the gold plated or silver route. Next one. Now for you Jesus piece lovers, this one is probably the heaviest one, and this one's actually in 14 karat. I thought they were all 10K, but this one's 14 karat, and this is also a tricolor Jesus head. Throwback style. The thorns are rose gold, then the beard is that white gold, and then the entire pendant is yellow. This is definitely more of a heavier piece, weighing in at 15 grams. So this is a sturdy piece. This doesn't feel weak at all. I'm giving it a nice squeeze with my fingers. And there is no flexing, no bending, no damaging. You can drop the shit out of this joint and it's not gonna tarnish. And it has a couple of CZs in the eyeballs. This is for that Jesus piece, but still has a nice little neck presence as well that you can easily wear with a 1, 2, 3. I think 3mm would be the top. If we try to put the 5mm through it, I think it's gonna be tight if it even goes. No, 5mm will not fit through that bail, so it's gotta be 4mm and under to wear this particular type of piece in 14 gold with a substantial weight. Next one. And we're coming down to the wire to the last two pieces. I think this one is the cheapest Jesus piece medallion, somewhere in the lines of like $275. This piece is about 8 grams and it's very clean with that beautiful polished look. And then you have that sandblasted type finish on the face with the diamond cuts, adding a lot of reflective value. Again, gallery in the back, very lightweight. Beautiful, clean. This is actually a clean one. Again, I'm not a Jesus piece type person, but this piece is a very clean piece that I feel that adds a good amount of shine factor there. With these small chain pieces, you're not gonna get much of that crazy rattle because it's just a small piece. Small, daily wear, actual gold piece that holds some value. And finally, a smaller version of that 3-inch St. Lazarus in 2-inch St. Lazarus with the same kind of motif. Diamond cuts all over the place, but it's a 2-inch for a smaller chain and still giving you a fly neck profile. I love these joints. My personal favorites, as I mentioned, are the real throwbacks. The St. Lazarus pendant, That one is definitely in my space. I like those throwback. The Santa Barbara pendant. These two just remind me of my childhood. This just feels 80s, 90s flow, and you can wear this up to a 5, 6, 7, 8 millimeter possibly with these bales. So the purpose of this video overall is to show you that you can still flex with actual gold if you're balling on a budget. Now, for those people who are having difficulty going to websites and finding pendants, Bayam Jewelry has a variety of options in all different price points, from actual diamonds to CZs, etc, etc. Check out their website. The link will be in the description. Let me know which one of these throwbacks either is your style or reminds you of your youth. I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game.
What's fresh? Who's best? One of them's gonna pass the test. For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you